Greetings! Welcome to Plug Pro's Complete Guitar Course for Beginners. Again, I'm Antonio Melendez, and this is Vincenzo Cangalosi, my assistant here. Alright, last lesson we learned how to improvise over a minor key, A minor, and with some A minor chord progression. And it had a real distinct feel to it. Obviously it was Spanish sounding, or Latin, or rumba style, Gypsy King style. Now we're going to mix it up a little bit today, and we're going to play something in the key of C major. A C major and an A minor are relative scales, meaning they are the same notes, just one you start on C and one you start on A. So same notes again. So if you did well on the last lesson, this one will be easy for you also. So your C major scale is exactly like the A minor, except we're going to start on the C. So instead of starting right here on the 5th fret A, we're going to start on the 8th fret C, and it'll have a different feel as we play it. Now that's a complete 2-octave C major scale, and we can go back down. C to C. And then again we have our open scale, and instead of starting on A open, we'll start on 3rd fret C. So we're going to be combining both again, just like we did before. The key, the main root, is going to be C. So get familiar with that, run through it a couple times. Now we have our chord progression, which will be very familiar to you. If you've ever heard any oldie songs, chances are you heard this one. This chord progression at least. And the chords we're going to play are C major, then A minor, then F, and then G. So those are the 4 chords we're going to play. The pattern we're going to play it in is down, down, up, and then change, down, down, up, then change, down, down, up, and change, down, down, up. So together it'll sound like. Alright, so that's chord progression. C, A minor, F, and G. If you've been playing for a little longer, maybe this isn't, you're kind of familiar with this progression already, you can do a different F. This is actually an F major 7, but it's really similar to the F, and it sounds pretty similar. A full bar chorded F looks like this, in which you bar the 1st fret, and you basically, with the other 3 fingers, you do an E major chord. So if you picture your E major chord like that, done with these 3 fingers, chopping off the 1st finger, and then you slide it up, everybody slides up 1 fret, and then you replace what the nut's doing with your finger and hold down all the strings. That's an F major chord. So you can do either this one or this one. And for the G, you can either do this one, or you can slide that same F chord up 2 frets to the G, and you can play it that way. So you'll notice him or me playing it either one of the 2 ways. So when you see this shape on our hand, don't freak out. It's just an F chord and it's just a G chord done with the bar. Okay? And I suggest you practice those bar chords. They're really tough for beginners. Most of the time you usually don't start learning those till you've been playing at least a few months, but if your hands are good and you play a lot, then it shouldn't be too hard for you. And again, if you have a nylon string guitar, it'll make it a lot easier too. Steel strings are pretty tough on beginning fingers. So. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start. Now, same way as before, we want to use, in our melody, we want to use notes that match the chords. So to develop it, I'm going to just play the note, the root of the chord, as he plays the rhythm. And the rhythm, again, what I'll do is when he plays the C chord, I'll play the note C. When he plays the A, I'll play the A. When he plays the F, play the F. When he plays the G, I'll play a G. Okay, so let's listen to that. Ready, go. Okay, so you see how that ties good together. Go ahead and do the chords twice as long. So 1, ready, go. Notice how they fit together really nicely. I'm playing one note, one chord at the same time. Now I'll add in an extra note. Again, they're going to be chord tones, so I'm going to add the C and I'm going to add an E. Then an A minor, then for the F, and then for the G. Okay? Okay, and it's real basic, real simple. I'm keeping it in the open position. If you want to play up here in the fifth position, go right ahead and we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to start adding a few little scale notes that are in the scale and connect the chords with those notes. Okay, ready, go. Okay, so all I did was just walk down the scale. And it's really simple to do, so if you know your scale, it shouldn't be too tough. Okay, this time I'm going to go ahead and play some rhythm, and just watch how he does it. I know for a fact he didn't make anything up beforehand. He's just going to flow out from the scale, and I want you to just see how easy it is as long as you're not thinking about it. Alright, so again, he's been playing only for a little over a year and a half. At about a year, he was able to do this already too. It's really not that difficult to do as long as you know your scale, and as long as you don't let your mind stop you from progressing and playing the next note. So I hope you enjoyed that one. This is just a basic in C major. Next lesson we'll get a little more advanced and do some different strumming patterns, so stay tuned, and thanks for checking out Plug Pro.